guys, welcome back to another movie review, and today we are reviewing Bleeding Love. Bleeding Love is the new movie starring Ewan McGregor as well as Clara McGregor. Now, Clara McGregor is Ewan McGregor's daughter, and they actually do play a father and daughter, I guess, relationship. The premise of this story is basically Clara is in a bit of a difficult situation in life, and you know, she's been, her dad's had to intervene to transport her across the country. She thinks she's going for one reason, when in actual fact she's going for another reason. Let's just say she's going through a difficult time. She's a young person, and Ewan McGregor has to step in to help her out. Now, her parents have split up, so Clara feels very much dejected and all of that. The reason why I'm actually calling them Clara and Ewan is because in the film they are just credited as father and daughter. They don't actually have a name. So yeah, that's one of the things in terms of the review. But yeah, so they are basically trying to rekindle their relationship. So it's very much like a road trip movie where the two people don't get on, they've got history, and dribs and drabs of the story is coming out and feeding back into us. Now, let's talk about some of the good things, and then we'll get into some of the not so good things. But I think that where they did really well was, performance-wise. I think, it's very hard, I think, to act as a father and daughter and be convincing if you're not actually related. But obviously these guys are related. There was like emotion there. It's hard to explain other than when you just watch it, but it's on screen is what you can imagine their life to be like, if that makes sense. Like when like Clara was actually crying, you actually felt her pain. Like I actually felt her pain that her dad wasn't listening to her or paying attention to her or whatever. So, Obi-Wan Kenobi, sort yourself out. But I will say it was a refreshing watch. It was, like I say, one of those road trip movies where two people are trying to get on and trying to, make sure their relationship stays afloat, I guess. And title-wise, Bleeding Love, very difficult to pinpoint what that was. I mean, they did sing Leona Lewis while driving in the car, which obviously they sang the song Bleeding Love. So did have that going for it, I guess. But yeah, don't really know where that title came from. I guess maybe the fact that their lives were bleeding into each other, and they got the same blood obviously as, I don't know. Yeah. So some of the things it didn't do so well, I think there was some moments where, especially it was a road trip movie. So obviously they are in some sort of vehicle, and there was a couple of scenes actually, but one scene in particular where they were all sat in a car, and you could literally tell the car wasn't actually going anywhere, and there was people shining lights over the car to make it look like it was moving, but it was like a car that was just basically static. And it was very off-putting. Some of the things were made they were made very amateurly, I would say. This isn't a big blockbuster movie and stuff like that, so it's not gonna, it's not gonna have that much money to spend, I'm guessing, on certain things and certain shots. But you can make some shots look decent, nowadays. And when some shots just don't, then they just don't. What I will say though is the film was filmed on a location, and I think the actual plot was quite good in terms of getting out a bit of an emotional side of somebody when you're watching it, I guess. And I'm sure if you are a father or a daughter, you can very much relate to this. Like I said, I felt the pain from the character. I think Clara very much outperformed her dad, in my opinion. I think her performance was much better than Ewan's, if I had to compare the two. But they were both very good in terms of their own thing and stuff like that. But for me, the film did just miss a few points. It did just feel a bit, slow. Watching it in the cinema, I did feel a bit like it should have been on streaming, to be honest. It was released in America, I believe, a couple of weeks ago, in the States, in cinemas in the States, and we've had her a couple of weeks after. But yeah, it just felt like this could have been done on an Amazon Prime or something, So for that, I have to give it a 2.5 star. It did miss a few things for me, but some of the things it did do well was its performance and whatnot. But a road trip movie where two members are we're getting a lot of these type of films, in let's be honest. We've had quite a few over the years, and this is just another one to add to that. But the difference with this one is obviously father and daughter. It's very interesting. If you do get the opportunity to watch this, I would recommend it, but as I say, if it's on a streaming service, give it a watch. Wait for it to come out on streaming or something like that, and I think you'll have a better experience. Like, if I have a limited card, but if I paid 10 quid for this film, I wouldn't be happy, and that's a lot of, you know, most films are like that, obviously. So yeah, there it is. There is my review of Bleed in Love. Let me know your thoughts down below. Have you seen Bleed in Love? Are you going to see it? Of course, please let me know. And thanks so much for watching, guys. Stay tuned for more, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.